Here today we will let us be continue about the our previous topic. We will discuss about the mathematics of artificial intelligence. Just I want to share the screen. Mathematics for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are built on mathematics like calculus, linear algebra, probability, statistics, algorithm, and complex optimization. This unit aims to help the students to learn the foundation concepts of mathematics. It should be used in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay. Objective one we have to meet is learners to appreciate the role of mathematics in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Second, students to get to know the application side of the mathematics and to have a basic level of understanding on the mathematical models. The third one is help the students learn about different ways of data can be represented in summarized graphically. What are the learning outcomes? By the end of this unit, we are expected a foundation level of understanding linear algebra, statistics, various kinds of graphs to visualize the data and set theory. The position to relate a real world problems with these mathematical concepts. Explore deeper concepts in the applications of aspects of mathematics. Knowledge of great mathematics, matrices, statistics, set theory, data representations are the key concepts here. Introduction of regarding to matrices here. Okay, what are the matrices introduction here? Okay, yeah, computer understands only numbers, binary, hexadecimals, etc. Hexadecimals can be understood by microprocessors. Okay, so the computer internal language is zeros and ones, binary language. Then how do you think the computer, mobile phones, digital cameras store the image? Let's capture an image. Okay, some image, any image using mobile camera. But your mobile above image is like grid written below. Blue channel, green channel, red channel. The image is divided into rows and columns as pixels. The grid above matrix, which what we are going to learn about now. Matrix or linear algebra is also called mathematics of data. It is arguably the pillar of the study of artificial intelligence, and therefore this topic is advised as prerequisite prior to getting started with the study of artificial intelligence. Terminologies related to matrices. Order of matrix. Here is a matrix has 3 rows and 4 columns. Order of matrix is 3 to 4. That means 3 rows and 4 columns is called 3 by 4 matrix. Row into column is the principle. Row into column is the principle. Square matrix. The matrix in which the number of rows is equal to number of columns. Diagonal matrix. A matrix in which all non-diagonal elements equal to 0 is called diagonal matrix. Upper triangular matrix. Square matrix where all the elements below the diagonal is equal to 0. Lower triangular matrix. Square matrix where all the elements above diagonal equal to 0. Scalar matrix. Square matrix where all diagonal elements equal to some constant k. Identity matrix. Square matrix where all diagonal elements equal to 1 and all non-diagonal elements equal to 0 is called identity matrix. These are all important to represent a picture. Okay, to capture any set of picture using a camera or mobile phone. Okay, the matrix representation is very much useful. Rows and columns are representations. Okay, so upper triangular matrix, square matrix where all the elements below the diagonal equal to 0. Lower triangle matrix, square matrix where all elements above diagonal equal to 0. Scalar matrix, square matrix where all diagonal elements equal to some constant k is called scalar matrix. Identity matrix, square matrix where all the diagonal elements equal to 1 and all non-diagonal elements equal to 0. Column matrix, the matrix which consists of only one column. Sometimes it is used to represent a vector. Row matrix, a matrix consists of only a row. Trace, it is the sum of all diagonal elements of a square matrix. It's called trace. The following topics, okay, dealt with the under matrix. The number one is types of matrix. Then the second two is matrix operations. Third one is vector and vector arithmetic. Fourth one is matrices and matrix arithmetic. Matrix. How do you define a matrix? When we represent a set of numbers in the form of m horizontal line called rows, n vertical lines called columns, this arrangement is called m by n matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is A. The top row is 1. Leftmost column is column. Okay. This matrix is 3 by 3 matrix because it has 3 rows and 3 columns. Once you observe here there, the format is rows into columns. Each number makes up a matrix is called element of the matrix. The element of the matrix has specific locations. The upper left corner of the matrix is row 1 and column 1. In the above matrix, the element at row 1 and column 1 is the value 1. The element of the row 2 and column 3 is the value 5. Row 2 is the second row. Column 2 is called 5. See here, I marked here. Okay, like this. This matrix representation మనం ఎక్కడ వాడతామంటే మనకి ఇమేజ్ ప్రాసెసింగ్ అనేది పిక్చర్ని ఇమేజ్ని ఆబ్జెక్ట్ని రిప్రజెంట్ చేయాలంటే మ్యాట్రిక్స్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ mathematical foundation is required. Without that we cannot able to represent a image or a picture, okay, or interpret or analyze or write a code. ఇవన్నీ రాయడం చాలా కష్టం అవుతుంది. ఓకే, అనాలిసిస్ చేయాలన్నా కోడ్ ఇంటర్ప్రెట్ చేయాలన్నా సరే, సో మనకి మ్యాట్రిక్స్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ చాలా 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 ఇంపార్టెంట్ యాక్చువల్. ఓకే, ద upper left corner of the matrix is row 1 into column 1. Okay, easy logic you can understand. Okay, we can identify where the numbers is also. Okay, so you are able to identify the pattern because human brains gone through a million years of evolution. We have somehow trained our brains automatically perform this task, but making a computer to the same task not easy. But identifying attributes in an image, let us consider how does machine stores this image. Computers are designed to process only numbers. Okay, matrix operations, transpose operation. Okay, transpose means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. 1, 3, 5 columns into rows. Again, these columns into rows is called transpose operation. Inverse operation. Inverse operation in the sense, what does it mean? Matrices perform an inverse operation. AB is equal to I power n. BA is equal to I power n. Okay, calculating that inverse operation. Determinant operation. Every square matrix can be expressed using a number, which is known as determinant operation. Okay, that is called a determinant operation. A is equal to A, B, C, D. Okay, so you can see the logic here. How the determinant operation. A is equal to 2, 4, 3, 8. Okay, delta of A 2 into 8 minus 3 into 4. 16 minus 12, 4, like this. Okay, vector and vector arithmetic. Vectors are foundation of linear algebra. Vectors are used throughout the field of machine learning. The description of algorithms and process such as target variable y, okay, and training algorithm. Okay, the two-dimensional array expression enclosed in braces. Okay, like this module of this x1, x2, xn. This is called vector algorithm. The object is called column vector. Vectors often represented using the lowercase letters. Okay. Vector addition. Vectors equal length can be added to create a new vector. X is equal to y plus z. Vector subtraction. X is equal to x minus y. Vector multiplication. A into b is equal to c. Physical quantities are of two types, scalar and vector. Scalar means which has only magnitude, no direction. Vector has both magnitude and direction. This type of vector multiplication is called dot product, A dot B. Vector dot product multiplication of one vector by another gives a scalar result. Okay, vector dot product. Okay, there are two vectors. A is equal to a1i plus a2j a3k. Vector b is equal to b2i plus b2j plus b3k. And the cross product a into b is equal to ijk. You can see here a1, a2, a3, b1, b2, b3. Okay, same. You can understand the logic easily. Calculate the dot product of this. A dot b is equal to a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. Okay, matrix and matrix arithmetic. Matrices are foundational elements of linear algebra. Matrices are used in machine learning to process input data variable when training a model. Okay, this is the importance of matrix foundational elements. It's the importance of matrix foundational elements. They are used in machine learning. Addition of matrices. Very simple. We consider two matrices. A is equal to some values. B is equal to some values. A plus B is equal to 12 plus that 8, 1 plus 9, and 3 minus 1, and minus 5 plus 4, like that. Okay. Multiplication of matrix by scalar. How would it get a multiplication? A is equal to 12, 1, 3 minus 5. Okay, like that. Some scalar is k is equal to ka, 12 into 2, and again 1 into 2, and 3 into 2, and minus 5 into 2. Multiplication of matrices. AB 2 minus 3 4 4 3 6 minus 1 b is equal to 2 or 5 minus 1 0 4 minus 2. Okay, AB 2 into 2 minus 3 into minus 1 minus 4 into 4 Okay, 2 into 5. Okay, just examine here. 2 into 5 minus 3 into 0. Okay, logic here. Very simple logic. 4 into minus 2. Okay, this row first and this column, and this row multiplied with this column, this row multiplied with this first column, and this row multiplied with this column. That only you can observe here. Row, that logic I told here, first row of A, first column of B, etc., like that. See this example using my logic. Okay, tinker your brain. Okay, share the market portfolios. A has a rupees 1000 worth stock of Apple, 1000 worth of Google, and 1000 worth of Microsoft. And B has INR 500 of Apple, and INR of Google, and INR of Microsoft. Suppose a news broken and Apple jumps 20%, Google drops 5%, for example, Microsoft stays the same. What is the updated profile of A and B? The net profit or loss from the event. The original stock price markets look like dot Google, dot Apple, okay, Microsoft, like that you can calculate the logic like this. Okay. Here we apply the matrices like this. Calculation of that. Okay. 1000, 500, 1000, 2000, like that, based on this profit. The key understandings why we are setting up the matrices like this. Okay. The algorithm plays behind the electronic spreadsheet, even in Microsoft Excel also. Rows, columns, matrices, logic only, but some algorithm is set here. Set theory, introduction to data table joins. Many times you might have heard, okay, saying mathematics the foundation of computer science. No doubt on this. In this module, we try to explain the confluence of set theory is a branch of mathematics and relational database. In short, it is called RDBMS, which is the part of the computer science. A lot of things are going on to come together today because we are going to learn how set theory principles are helping in data retrievals from database, which in turn going to be used by artificial intelligence model for its training. The important topics which we are going to cover in the standard is context setting, set theory and relational algebra, set operations, data tables to join, SQL joins, practice those questions. Okay, a set is an unordered collection of objects known as elements or members in the set. Okay, an element small a belongs to a set capital A can be written as A epsilon of A. A epsilon not equal to A denotes not an element of set A. So set is a mathematical concept. The way we relate sets to other sets is called set theory. Set of even numbers, set of odd numbers, set of prime numbers, set of name grade X who X grade students. We use database like Oracle, MS SQL Server to store digital data. Database is made up of several components, of which table is the most important. Database stores and the data in the table. Without tables, there would not much significance of DBMS. For example, the student database and its two tablets like this: student and its ID, ID, activity, and cost. Please see the records in the activity table. Does the information make any meaning? But you combine the information from two tables, student table and active table, you get a meaning in information. For example, student, okay, participated in some activity, paid something like that. The data in the table of database are of limited values. unless the data from different tables are combined and manipulated to generate usable information. And from here, the role of relational algebra begins. Relational algebra is a set of algebraic operations and rules that manipulate the relational tables that yield desired information. Relational algebra takes relation table as their operands and return relation as their results. Relational algebra consists of 8 operators. Okay. Select, project, join, insert, union, difference, product and divide. Algebra operations. Selection, projection, Cartesian product, join, union, insertion, difference, divide. Here simplifies the 8 operators. Select, also known as restrict, yields the for all rows found in table. Satisfy the given condition select. Yields a horizontal subset of table. Okay, shown in the above diagram. This is the diagram. This selection. The first part in the diagram is select. Project. The next one is project. From the diagram only explanation is. Project yields all values for selected attributes. Project yields vertical subset of table. Please refer the above picture. Next important one is product. Product yields all possible of pairs of rows and columns from two tables, also known as Cartesian product. Therefore, one table has 3 rows, another table has 2. Okay, the product yields a last composed of 3 into 2, 6 rows product. Join allows the combination of 2 or more tables based on common attributes. Next one is union. Returns a table containing all the cards that appears in either or both of the specified tables. In intersection returns only those rows that appears in both tables. Difference returns of all rows in one table that are not found in other table. That is subtracts from one table to from other, shown in the diagram above. Divide. Divide is typically required when you want to find out entities that are interacting with all entities of set of different types of entities. SQL directly. Division is supported by SQL directly. Operations cross join. Here the set operations. You know sets. Okay. A is equal to 3 4, B is equal to 3 4 5. Union sets. Okay. Interpretation of sets. complements of sets, set difference, Cartesian product, data tables join, SQL joins, different types of joins, inner join, left outer join, right outer join, full outer join, okay? Which operation of relational algebra is equivalent to set union operation? SQL query that calls a full outer join. SQL, these sets are very useful for the SQL database. SQL inner join is the interface of two sets. Can you think entities like students, employees, sports create three tables of entities? Student table, marks table, bus route table. Simple statistics concepts. Module and statistics divided into following parts. Measure of central tendency, variance and standard deviation activities. Measure of central tendency. Statistics. Statistics is the science of data, which is a fact of collection of mathematics. Is the fact of collection of mathematics, which is the in fact collection of mathematics techniques that helps to extract information from data. For the artificial intelligence perspective, statistics informations transformation observations into information that you can understand the share. Okay, we will learn more about statistics and statistics methods. Statistics deals with the large data set, population of the country, country-wise number of infected people from the coronavirus, and similar data sets. Okay, that is the statistics dealing. For understanding analysis purpose, we need to a data point. It is number of set of numbers which can be represent a whole domain of data, and this data point is called central tendency. Central tendency is stated summary of data set in a single value that represents entire distribution of data domain or data set. The one important point that I highlight central tendency, let's talk about the individual values data sets, it compromises summary of whole domain. Okay. Mean. In statistics, the mean, more technically the arithmetic mean or simple mean, can be estimated from sample of examples drawn from domain. Is a quotient obtained dividing the total of values The median is a good measure of the central value. When try the data include exceptionally high or low values. The median is the most suitable measure of average of data classified. Okay, an ordinal scale. That's a concept of median. Mode is used when you need to distribution of peak and peak may many. For example, important to print more the most popular books because of printing different books. Equal number causes to shortage of some books and then an oversupply of others. This is a mode. Many for many things mode is useful. Okay, this is the example of for the mode, pointing to mode. Variance and standard deviations. Measure central tendency of mean, median, and mode. Provide a central value of the data set. Variance and standard deviation in measure of dispersion. Okay, percentiles, ranges. They provide information on a spread of data around center. We will look two measures of dispersion, variance and standard deviation. Let us understand the diagrams. Okay. If you know mean and mode, standard deviation variances are very simple. They are related. A small variance indicates the data points tend to close to the mean and each other. A high variance indicates the data points are very spread out from the mean and from one another. A low standard deviation indicates that data points tend to be very close to the mean. High standard deviation indicates data points are spread out a large range of values. Okay. Visual representation of data. This module will provide an introduction about the purpose, important and various methods. Why do we need to represent data graphically? That's the important one. The purpose of graph is to represent data that huge in volume are complicated to be described in the text or tables. Graphs only represent data but also reveals relations between variables and shows the trends in data sets. Graphical representation helps us in analyzing the data. What is a graph here? Graph is a chart diagram through which data are represented in the form of line or curves drawn in the coordinated points, and it shows the relation between variable quantities. There are some algebraic and coordinating geometric principles which apply in drawing the graphs of some kind. Graphs have two axes. Vertical one is called y-axis and horizontal one is called a-axis. Capital X and Y axis are perpendicular to each other. Bar graphs, okay, they make comparisons between between different variables. They clearly show trend in data. Given one variable with the other variable easily determined. Histogram. జనాలు ఇవన్నీ కూడా మన కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ అప్లికేషన్స్లో డిఫరెంట్ మెథడ్స్లో ఇవన్నీ మనకు యూజ్ అవుతాయి వీరన్నింటినీ రిప్రజెంట్ చేసి మన డేటాబేస్ని ఎక్స్క్యూఎల్ డేటాబేస్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఓకే వాటి మనం రిప్రజెంట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు హిస్టోగ్రామ్ ఈజ్ ఏ న్యాచురల్ స్కేల్ in which the representation of frequencies of different class of values are represented through vertical rectangle drawn closer to each other. Measure of central tendency. Mode can easily determined with the help of a graph. Histogram is easily to draw and simple to understand. Below is the customer at a cash counter at a bank branch during the peak hours. You are inquired. To create a histogram, customer waiting time at peak hours 2.30, 5 hours, 3 hours, like this. Variation will different depending on the time. How much the waiting at the morning 10 a.m. Waiting time from 11:30 a.m. Waiting time at 2 p.m. like 3 p.m. like that. Scatter plots. Scatter plots is a way representation of data on the graph, which is similar to line graphs. A line graph is a line of xy axis, while scatter plot uses dots to represent individual pieces of data. The dots can represent just like scatter plots. Okay. Many application ఉంటేలో మనకు క్లియర్గా very much useful depending on the application. Data dimensionality. Example of data dimension for artificial intelligence. We know recognizing a face or object is one of the major AI function. The image stored in the form of pixels. If we consider each point as a variable, then any images can reside in a 2D space. Let y, x, z space. We give a computer to a set of images. For training, using AI software recognize new objects. Having said that, using dimensionality of data, AI software differentiate between human face to animal face or something like that. See how great it is. Okay, let us take an example, a three-dimensional object, some animal. Let us assume length of that particular animal, that's body, okay, height. We look plot huge number of parameters in terms of x, y, z. Okay, so a model of training purpose. Advanced learners can further explore it and try to relate the central tendency and variance. Data representation of a graph. Coordinates of the graph move forward on x-axis for positive value, move backward x-axis for negative axis, move up on y-axis positive value, move down on x-axis negative value. Okay, here look into first coordinate, second coordinate, third coordinate, fourth coordinate. Multi-dimensional data and graph. Okay, data set of one dimension, two dimension of data, two, three dimension of data. Simple linear equation. It perhaps one of the most well-known and well-understood algorithm in statistics and machine learning. The general formula for the linear equation, of course. What is linear regression? Regression is the process of determining relationship between two or more variables. Number of, okay, rounds and chocolates. Okay. The neural network is a simple linear equation. It is called simple because we take only two variables in this case. Try to establish a relationship between them. It is called linear because both variables vary linearly. Okay, can be described with a straight line with respect to each other. A simple straight line equation: y is equal to mx plus c. Y is a dependent variable, x is an independent variable, m is equal to a coefficient indicating how unit change in x brings a change in y. C equal to a constant which determines where line will cut x-axis when y equal to 0, like that. This is up to a mathematical representation. This knowledge is enough. In the next class, for my presentation, I will concentrate on the A values for ethical decision making. Next topic. AI values for the ethical decision making. That is completely purely technical topic అండి. ఓకే, దాన్ని మనం నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, ఎట్లా వాట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ యూ విల్ డెవలప్ an advent of AI technology, basic understanding AI applications, ethics, bias, like that. AI values given rise also to challenges, the ethical challenges, the current this is advancement in research and development. The space of AI have given rise also to challenges in various kinds, ethical challenges, ethical challenges. ఇది మనం డిస్కస్ చేసుకోవాల్సింది for the next presentation. This presentation I totally concentrated on the mathematical representation of artificial intelligence. It's completed already presentation. Now in the next we will discuss the AI methods for the society. Okay, ethical hacking. Okay, and the different types of methods in AI. Okay, one method I mentioned as it is ethical hacking. Like that various different methods. The AA issues consent and ethical considerations. The main parameter is AA issues concerns and ethical considerations. Like that. Artificial intelligence issues consents and ethical considerations. This we have to highlight more clearly. Artificial intelligence issues, concerns and ethical considerations. That we will discuss in the next class presentation. Okay. I want to stop here. Okay. Because our topic of mathematical model is over. అదే మనం ఈరోజు క్లాస్లో హైలైట్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాం. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఎథికల్ హ్యాకింగ్లో అప్లికేషన్ ఓరియంటెడ్లో ఏదైతే ప్రాక్టికల్గా వర్క్ చేస్తున్నానో ఆ ప్రాక్టికల్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ని మనం హైలైట్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తాం. ఎథికల్ హ్యాకింగ్, ఓకే, ఏ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ మోర్ ప్రాక్టికల్ ఓరియంటెడ్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అవంతా ఒక సీక్వెన్స్. ఆ మాడ్యూల్ అంతా నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్. వాళ్ళంతా మ్యాథమెటికల్ మోడల్ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేస్తూ వచ్చుకున్నాం. హిస్టోగ్రామ్స్ కానీ మ్యాథమెటికల్ రిప్రజెంటేషన్ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సింపుల్ పీక్ అవర్స్లో ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్లో 10 AM ఎలా ఉంటుంది రష్. ఓకే, ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్ 11 AM ఎలా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ 1 to 2 హౌ ఇట్ ఈస్. స్కూల్ అయినా అంతే యాక్చువల్గా హౌ ద సబ్జెక్ట్స్ విల్ అసైన్ ఇన్ డిఫరెంట్ టైమ్స్ అనేవి ఏ వాడి మనం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఇంకా ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ వాడి